have a very special co-host this morning. Co-hosting the Radio 1 Breakfast Show with me today is Lady Gaga.
Hello.
Oh, montage! Get comfy, it's 45 minutes long, this montage. Alejandro.
How much you pay? Roma.
Is this how you start most days, listening
Watch
to a
out, bad
montage?
bro. No.
Starts every morning like this.
No.
So it has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this for a while now, and finally we have brand new music from Lady Gaga. So she is here in the studio co-hosting with us this morning. If you want to say hello this morning, the hashtag we are going for is Gaga on Grimmy.
The Radio 1 Breakfast Show
with Nick Grimshaw and Lady Gaga.
I mean, there we go. That is official. So she's here. Good morning, Lady Gaga.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are
Morning
you?
to you? I'm great.
Yeah, how's life?
It's amazing. I can't believe the day has come that the song is out. It's just, I've been in the studio for months and months and months, and now it's in the world.
We're excited about this.
Thank you.
And I think more so than ever, because I feel like this is obviously you change a lot. You're always changing and evolving. But I feel like this record is like the biggest change we've seen in Gaga history.
Thank you.
And we're excited about it.
Thank you. I feel great about it. I love the music. I loved working with Mark Ronson. I worked with him on the whole album. He really executive produced the whole thing. And I worked with Kevin Parker from Tame Impala on the first single, Perfect Illusion, as well as amazing producer Blood Pop. And I'm just kind of overwhelmed and in shock today. I'm having a good time.
Well, I didn't hear. I saw this morning. We were, last night I was doing my Gaga research and seeing what was going on.
Yeah.
I saw you were in Berlin on your Snapchat.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up this morning, Fifi sent me a screenshot of your Snapchat. And she was like, this is her 11 minutes ago. And you were in a hotel room drinking champagne and sort of listening to your song because it came out.
So
my question is, have you been to bed? Be honest with me.
2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I slept 2 hours.
I think that's fine, right?
I can't sleep right now, man. There's so many people all over the world hearing this music. It's incredible. It feels like the first time,
Does it really?
Yeah, it always does. But something about this song today was kind of amazing. I just felt that like I was a new artist again or something.
Yeah, which is an incredible thing to feel.
Yeah, I think for anyone, that rebirth in your own life, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
How did you prepare for today? Because when did the song get finished? Has the album been finished yet, or is that still ongoing?
Yeah, the album is really pretty finished. We're finalizing, the mixes and some of the vocals here and there, and I'm always sort of charging at each song with as many hooks as possible until Mark starts shouting at me and is like, "That's enough!
Enough!
There's enough hooks, thank you." Mark, but we have a great relationship, and we're almost there.
Almost done.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to be there finally.
Is this week cause we're excited, but we're not in the Gaga camp, but we're excited about what everyone's going to think of it. What is Twitter going to say? What are the listeners going to say?
Right. How
is it for you when it's your record, your name on it? Is this week a scary week, or is that an exciting week for you?
It can be scary, but I'm really way past that time in my life. I think I've just maybe grown up a little bit, and the truth is I'm just like everybody else, and making music is part of my job, and I wanted to make something really great that I believe in, and I just believe in the record. So whatever it does and whatever people think is all I hope is that they enjoy it, and go out and have fun with each other and, maybe hopefully be moved by the lyrics. The song is about how I believe many of us are wondering why there is so much so many fake things around us that really and truly appear to be real. How do we navigate through social media? How do we look through all these images that we know are filtered and altered and decipher what is reality and what is a perfect illusion? So that's what the song is about, wanting people to reestablish that human connection and be okay with kind of accepting that we're in this place.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone so far into like that tech world that now everyone wants to get a bit more real and a bit more human.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you don't. I'm not saying not to use your phone. I'm not, because social media.
She's not crazy.
No, well, I'm not that crazy. No, I think social media is a great way to share things with your family and, with your friends and to document your life. And I can talk to my fans and share artwork and ideas. But, there is also a lot of things on the internet that are, not reality. And a lot of, I think people feel pressured to keep that perfect illusion going on in their real lives. And so this song is kind of about accepting that and raging against it and, just letting it go.
Yeah. It's a great message.
Thanks.
Should we hear it?
Yes, please.
Because I'm really excited about playing this on the radio because, I first heard this at Glastonbury.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, he played it for you, didn't he? Mark.
Yeah.
I know, I shouted at him.
Why?
Because he always does that. He's like, I played it. I'm like, that's a demo. It's not ready to be heard. Nobody should hear it right now. And he calls me and he's like, everybody loves it. And I'm like, it's 3 a.m. in America. Stop.
It was like sort of 5 a.m. after Mark DJ'd at Glastonbury.
That sounds about right.
And he played it on headphones. He didn't play it like to the crowd.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I was like,
he's still in trouble.
I was like, I really love it. I was like, I really, really like it. And I was talking to your label and they're like, do you like it? I was like, yeah, I really, really love it. I said,
Thank
I
you.
worry it's maybe because I was just at Glastonbury and it was 5 a.m. But I can confirm it is just as catchy and great.
It has a long lifespan.
When it's 7:50 a.m. on a Friday morning, you are stone cold sober.
Thank you, yes.
Well, should we hear this? First time we've played this. This is brand new music from Lady Gaga. This is Perfect Illusion on Radio 1. That's sick.
Thank you. Do I sound sick, you mean?
Like good sick.
Okay,
not bad
thank
sick.
you, thanks.
Lady Gaga is here and we just played it for the first time, Perfect Illusion. How does that feel now, knowing that is on the radio and everyone's going to work, going to school and hearing this and experiencing that for the first time together?
It's just totally out of this world, Grimmy. It really is. I'm so, just so excited.
It must feel, it feels weird for us, because we've had that and it says, embargoed until Friday and it's like a secret you're coming in and you had a code name in the office. We couldn't talk about you. Your code name was Bacon.
Oh, good.
Because we thought, I don't know
the
why.
Meat dress.
Oh, the meat
yeah,
dress.
come
maybe.
on.
Was it
You
the
didn't
meat
know
dress? Is
why.
that why?
I know why.
I don't know. So, it's so secretive and such a build-up for us. So when we get to announce you're on, we're like, oh my God, and when we get to play it. So the release for you must be next level.
Well, it's actually just really special on a personal level too, between, me and Mark and Blood Pop and Kevin from Tame Impala. It's like we're all on text and on FaceTime this morning, just screaming, crying, yelling. It's our baby,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Did you attack this album quite differently? Because the people you've worked with, like Tame Impala and Father John Misty and Mark Ronson, and these are people who are, independently very successful, but not sort of the go-to Max Martins or the go-to pop creators. What made you want to work with
done that,
these guys?
In my career, I've never really ever gone toward the producers that everybody goes to for the hits. Maybe mostly because I'm a songwriter, on my own, and I like to go work with people that are more into the collaboration process and jamming. But for example, I loved also working with Beck on the record.
Wow, that's cool.
So, that was amazing. And there is a feature on the album that I think you will be very excited about.
Who is that? Can you tell us?
Well, you're friends with her.
Who is it?
It's Florence.
Is it Fifi? Florence? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Huge.
Me and Florence Welsh did a duet together from Florence
wicked.
and the Machine.
And last time we did an interview in here, we spoke about Florence.
Yes.
And so how did this come about? Were you friends? Did you run into it?
I just was, I wrote, I started to work on an idea for a song that I really wanted to do with a girl. And you'll see why when you hear the music and what the song is about. And I just thought about who I wanted to sing with. And she's really, to me, if not the best, one of the greatest vocalists in the world. I mean, she's incredible. And I would say the same about the musicianship of Beck, of Father John. I'd say the same about Kevin Parker and Mark Ronson. I mean, these guys are foolishly amazing at what they do. And how cool that they inducted me into the boys club, and treated me as an equal in the studio, and I was able to just, do my thing. I play instruments, I write, I am obsessed with music, so I got to be obsessed with music with a bunch of guys that became my brothers. It's cool.
Yeah, and they are like obsessed with music, those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Ronson is sort of an encyclopedia of every genre of music.
Oh, yeah, and he just never stops. Like, I was talking to him this morning, and he's like, okay, well, I'm in the studio working on this and this, so you should just come by anytime, and, we're going to celebrate later. But the truth is we have work to do, and we're in it for the music, and I always have been. It's just the industry is hard to keep up with sometimes, and I was really young when I took off, so now I have more of a handle on things.
Uh-huh. And how was it working? Like, when you say you were in the studio, was this like at your house and you invited them around, or did you all go to a studio together and work as a band? What was the creative process? Because you took your time with this, didn't you?
Yeah, I would say if you could think about it as almost like Mark and I were a band when we made the record.
Right.
And we were in Shangri-La in Malibu, around the corner from where I live. And it's Rick Rubin's studio, actually. It's fantastic, amazing space. And Neil Young was actually there recording while we were there. It was crazy.
Did you play in Perfect Illusion?
I did not, but I did play him some other music. But anyway, we were there and working, and we would sit outside in the grass and look out at the mountains. And he gave me a guitar, a hummingbird, because I've started playing, and we wrote the songs, from scratch together. And then we built the arrangements together. And then that's when I like to kind of step away for a moment and let Mark go down his rabbit hole,
Right.
and get into his space. Production-wise, and then, I give my production notes and changes, as well as Blood Pop, who's very talented. I mean, we started bringing people in a little bit more towards the end.
Yeah.
But so there was a whole process and time leading up to that was really just me and Mark and a piano, a typewriter, and a guitar.
I feel like your songs always do that, though. They can be these huge arena-filling pop songs, but then you strip it back. You can sit and play it on spoons.
Well, I made sure to do that with this, and he did too. With every song we did, we didn't start with a track. We started with writing the song. Because sometimes, you can put something brilliant and exciting, electronic music over some lyrics and a melody, and it's so great, the beat, that you kind of, forget that maybe this song is no good.
Right.
So, for us, we wanted to make sure the song was good on its own. And I think some of that has to do with my time working with Tony, too, and singing the classics.
Yeah.
I really wanted to at least try to make some really classic songs for this record. And I really think Perfect Illusion is very special.
It really is. We really, really like that. We can't wait to play that again. But what we got to do is we got to go to the news.
Yes.
'Cause Tina's ready up there. Look, there she is, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
She's ready for the news.
Hello.
Looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Looking good. But there's a lot. I mean, you've spoken about Mark a lot this morning. I did a Mark Ronson research call, so I've got the dirt on you. And we're going to talk about that after the news.
Oh, great.
Okay? that is on the way.
I'm elated.
Right, Lady Gaga sticking around. Hiya.
Ayo.
Yep.
Ayo.
Here for a little bit. I feel like it's been, because you're here for a co-host.
Yes.
I feel like we're going to have to make you do some work.
Okay.
Like some texts.
I'm not working right now.
She's actually on a sabbatical.
What am I doing a bad job?
No, you're doing a great job, but I mean...
Okay, you want to introduce someone?
Yeah, I want you to do things like that.
Okay.
We'll do that in a little bit.
Okay.
Some real-life DJing, basically.
Okay.
So we just played Perfect Illusion. If you're just waking up, Lady Gaga is here, and we just played your song for the first time on Radio 1.
Thank you.
Which is super exciting. And we were talking about the record, and you were saying that Mark Ronson and you sat down and you wrote this from scratch. scratch. And
Well, actually, no. This song, Kevin Parker from Tame Impala, this was really his brainchild.
Right.
And he flew to us from Australia, and he came with this idea. It was the beginning of a song called Illusion. And we started to work on it, like I said, we stripped everything away. I was at the piano, Kevin was at guitar, Mark was at the bass, and we just played through it, and I work on a typewriter, and we would bounce new lyrics back and forth, change the melody, shift it. What was important to me was that it wasn't a song just about any illusion, but about one that we all can relate to, the one that is a struggle to get over. So I wanted it to be a certain type of illusion, so that's when we added the perfect, and the song just kind of came together, and I just love working with them. Yeah, so it was all of us together, but yeah, I have to hand it to Kevin for being he's a real musical genius.
how did you first fall in love with Tame Impala? Because we had them at like Big Weekend back in May. Me and Fifi went to see them at Glastonbury, and that record is one of my favourites.
Yes.
How do you like contact someone like that? If you listen to a record and you like it, how do you reach out to somebody?
Well, I mean, when it comes to Kevin, it's purely based on his musicianship and his, obsession with music, his discipline, the way that he communicates with me in the studio. You never know when you work with someone if it's going to work out, but if you can't hurt to ask.
Yeah. Have you ever asked anyone and they've said no?
I don't think so.
They'd be stupid to, really.
I don't know.
Do you know what I
I'd
mean?
have to think about it.
Have you ever said...
I don't, like, if you've looked at my earlier work in the credits, I haven't really collaborated nearly as much as I did on this record. But it was done in a way, like I said, it wasn't over email. You know what I mean? I wasn't in the studio by myself, and then they were sending me records or tracks. Everything was made organically in a room while we looked out into the sunshine, and it was peering in through, the trees. It was really magic. It was really fun.
That's like old school, which I like, because I always find it weird when we have someone on, we're like, hey, how is it working with, I don't know, Justin Bieber? And they're like, don't know, never met them. And it's quite weird if you've done a collaboration and you've never met.
I don't even understand that. I mean, it's like Kevin and I and Mark and I and Blood and I, we all became one another. You can't... I don't feel that you can adequately make a record unless the souls of all the collaborators are really touching one another and on the same page. You can't be on the same page over the internet.
Is it quite weird when it's like day one in the studio, and you're like, hey, we've got because it's quite an honest space in that studio. You have to bare your soul and be honest with another. Is it ever awkward when you're like, okay, I've got to tell you this story about what happened to me? You
know what, actually... it's a very sweet story, but the first day that I was in the studio with Mark, I cried almost the entire day. And I'm sure you poor thing, men when women cry are just like, oh God, what do I do? But I was just so overwhelmed with excitement because he was like, okay, let's sit down and I want you to sit at the piano and let's see what's going on. What do you want to write about? What's going on in your life? What do you need to say? And it was so overwhelming to have that kind of love and that experience. And I just cried all day long. And I remember also, I had written this song that is actually not on the album, but I played it for him. And it was a song about something very important to him in his life. And I just remember we both had this kind of emotional moment, and I just told him that I really wanted to do a great job making this record with him, and that's where it all started. Yeah. It's very emotional beginning the recording process. It's like you decide you're going to become family.
Yeah, I guess it's like a therapy or something, because you were talking about this happened and I feel like this, and now it's kind of like a good cathartic thing to do.
Right, exactly. But you never know working with an artist or a producer if they're that open, and available. And if they're not, and it's like, oh, we just want to make this dope track, or we just want to put together, this is the new shit.
Sorry for the bad language.
Sorry.
Apologies.
This is the new thing. I apologize to those listeners. I have a potty mouth. The truth is that we didn't think about any of that. We just made great songs that we thought were great, and then we blasted them, I feel, into the stratosphere with these great collaborators that we worked with.
He said, I called him last night, Mark, to see So just a little research chat, because I wanted to know what it was like in the studio.
Oh, my God.
What do you think, first of all, before I tell you what he said?
I can't wait.
What do you think that he said about working with you in the studio? What do you think he's going to say about you?
He's going to say that I shout at him all day long.
He didn't say that at all. He said that he said on day one when you started cooking, or like, he said, I thought she was doing this to be like, hey, I'm Lady Gaga, but I'm normal, I'm cool, I'm safe. He said, but it turns out she was repeatedly late for the studio because you genuinely like marinating chickens and making pasta.
Yeah.
And he said she does not stop cooking, and you do the washing up yourself, which was a real shocker. I thought there'd be like a lady there for that or something. But initially he thought, oh, she's just doing this as a show. But he said that cooking like genuinely was what you're doing. You like looked after them all.
I wanted to, Mark moved to, California from London to make the record. And,
You've got to marinate a chicken if someone moves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but also it's like quite lonely on the road, and it's like you're always ordering in and you're eating, pre-made food, and it was nice. I got to cook for the boys, and we'd take a break at around 5 every day, and we'd pour a whiskey, and we'd sit down and have a meal together like a family.
I like that.
And then I'd clean up and I'd go back, and he'd be like, "Okay, we've got to do vocals. Let's go."
I'm just going to finish, just going to get
cooking.
try and soak this this tin.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do celebrity advice line soon, and what we're gonna do is get people, because so many people want to talk to you.
Cool.
And we're gonna get people to call up, and you're gonna help them with their day-to-day lives.
Okay.
It could be cooking.
Okay.
If someone's trying
ready.
to like nail the perfect pasta.
I don't know if I'm the person to give advice. We're going to find out.
Mark said it was good pasta. But we're going to do celebrity advice line, and we're going to get Lady Gaga to help the Radio 1 listeners solve some problems after this.
Hello.
I gotta say, you've made the room smell really, really good.
Thank you.
It normally smells a little musty in here.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
No, but today it smells great.
Thanks. It's peppermint.
It's great.
Thank you.
We need that. Can we have it?
Yeah, you can have some.
We need that.
It's just peppermint and some water because I got hay fever.
Oh, it smells great in here.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to do this, what we do every now and then. It's called the Celebrity Advice Line. We are going to get you, as a woman that has an incredible career, seen the world, experienced everything, to solve every single problem that we have here in the UK.
Oh, that is a terrible mistake to ask me to do that.
Call me on my
Celebrity
Advice.
line.
So first up, we cross over live to Jessica. Jessica, you are live on BBC Radio 1 with Lady Gaga. Good morning.
Morning, are you alright?
Hi, how are you, darling?
I'm really, really good. All the better for speaking to you.
Oh, so what's going on?
Well, I've got a question for you because I won tickets to go to a fashion show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what I should wear for it because I've never been to a fashion show before. So I don't know if I should go in something quite casual or do I go in something
Who's the
quite dressy,
designer?
Oh, it's for the Curve Fashion Festival. So there's like a few different outlets that's going to be there. But yeah, so I don't know what I should go for. Do I go in something kind of Oscar worthy? I really don't know.
Oscar worthy.
I think you should just go in something comfortable but chic, maybe some, I don't know, high-waisted pants with a belt, nice T-shirt, a little coat over your shoulders and some glasses, pull your hair back. Just go, relax so you can enjoy the fashion.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I feel much more prepared now. Thank you very, very much for your advice.
You're welcome. I know nothing what you look like or where you're going exactly, but that was my guess.
Well, that's what I had in mind. I've got some high-waisted jeans that I think I was going to go for.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
I think actually you've cemented the idea in my mind now.
And roll the sleeves up. Roll the sleeves up.
Yes, no, I think I'll do that as well. We're on the same wavelength. I'm loving it. Thank you very much.
Or Jessica, or
Yeah.
meat dress. If you've got any meat, no?
I feel like
Well,
that's. I feel
I was
that that's
thinking
so 2008 or whatever.
Yeah, are we over
Is it?
that?
Or
Yeah,
what year was
okay.
that? I don't even remember.
2010.
Well, it's a
2010.
long drive.
Yeah, or corn dress if you're vegetarian. I don't know. Well, good
Yeah.
luck, Jessica. Hope you have fun.
Tomato dress.
Thank you very much.
Tin of tomato. Just
So
tomato
Warhol. Wow.
soup. Where are all those outfits? I mean, because they were like changed on the hour. What do you keep them? Do you have like a storage unit? Are they in your house?
Yeah, I do. Well, I actually have an archive in California. It's a huge, huge vault that has all my clothes in it that I've worn, as well as props and stage pieces. And I have an archive of Michael Jackson's costumes, as well as some of Daphne Guinness's clothes.
Oh,
and
wow.
Isabella Blow.
Oh, wow. And do you like just go in there and like hang out, or do you keep it as like a sort of a museum?
Well, this is sort of embarrassing, but I actually have not been to it yet because I feel like it's gonna feel like a funeral going in there. So I'm sort of terrified to go see all of those pieces lined up. And
It might be, like weird looking back at stuff that you've, but it's been such a part of your life.
Well, yeah, but I guess maybe from going to the McQueen exhibit here in London or the Izzy Blow exhibit, you go and you see the legacy of these artists, and they're put out on these mannequins, but they're gone, and it's so kind of amazing, euphoric, but also very sad.
Yeah.
So I think it's just more of like a really deep. I don't know. I've just talked to my therapist about it.
They're actually on the line right now. Good morning, Dr. Just kidding. Tamara, hello. Good morning. You are live on Radio 1 with Lady Gaga. What's your problem?
Hello. So tonight I'm going out with my friend Billy. He always shows me up on the dance floor because obviously he doesn't have to wear heels. So I just wanted
He
to
always what?
Shows her up on the dance floor.
Oh, okay.
show him up on the dance floor because he does the best moves, and I have to wear heels, so that's why my heels aren't as good. Well, my dancing's not as good. So I'd like to know what your techniques are in dancing in your giant heels that you have.
Oh, okay. So what you have to do is you got to really hold your core when you're dancing. Like, hold your stomach. I don't mean, like, suck it in. I mean, like, just feel strong. And then also you have to make sure you're connecting your muscles, like, from your bum all the way down your legs to your big and center toe. And get that, like, that number 1 and 2 toe with the, just the front of your foot, really press down in the heels.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got to. It's almost like you got to grip the floor a little bit, like a bird on a perch.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then bust a move with Billy.
Always.
Or you can always just take your shoes off and then just like, put him on his face and run him down his shirt like that. He won't care what you're doing.
Yeah, rub your shoes on his face. He'll love that, Billy.
Yeah.
I think it's sexy.
Yeah. Thanks, Tamara.
Thank you.
Bye, Tamara. Are we going to do one more? Are we going to do more? Okay. Next up, we have Stuart. Stuart, what is your question for Lady Gaga this morning? She's solving the UK's problems.
Hi, guys. My problem is I'm flying off to Marbella for the weekend with 9 other hairdressers from Terence Paul, and that's not the problem. That's going to be great.
That's fine.
But we only have a 10-kilogram hand luggage case, so I can't take tweezers in case I get a runaway brow. I can't take all sorts of things. I can only take 100 ml, sort of lotions and things like that. So my question is for you, Lady Gaga, what should I take?
I think you should not worry about it, honestly. I think you should just get on the plane and go lay in the sun. This is not a problem. Like, these are not problems. None of these were actual problems. It's like shoes, dancing, lotion. Throw some sunscreen in the bag, and then, if you get caught at the airport, just, please, this is my favorite sunscreen you can. Tell them it's your emotional support lotion. Have a note from your doctor sent.
Yeah, they're my emotional support tweezers. I need them. Can I just ask you, how long is the flight to Marbella?
Oh, it's about 2.5 hours.
Well,
so
you'll be fine for 2.5 hours without tweezers.
Dude.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And don't talk to the chick about the tweezers either. Leave it out.
Don't mention that.
Yeah, leave it out,
Grey Goose and everything. I think that'll get us through.
Yeah, that'll help. Yeah.
Who cares, man? If she's into you, she's not looking at your eyebrows.
Oh no, there's 9 others, and I'm not with any of them. So we all work together.
Well,
Straighteners, hair dryers, and everything. But not a worry, we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be great.
Well, have a good time.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your advice. Really appreciate it. I'll have a great one.
Bye, Stuart.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Stuart.
Bye.
Again, like, not real problems there on the phone.
None of those.
Would you
were
like
real
hard
problems.
next time? Do you want like hard hitting things like I can't pay my mortgage or divorce?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's what I thought was happening.
They're a little heavy.
But hey, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, they're all sorted.
Listen, Sometimes you have a meltdown about your eyebrows.
I hear you. Lady Gaga is here. We're going to chat more after the news. It is 8:32. It is time for the latest from Newsbeat with Tina Dahealy. Gaga is here. She's actually nipped out for a fag. Is she here? Oh, she's here! Hallelujah. I was just telling everyone you just nipped out for a fag. Do people know you smoke? Is that okay? They do now.
I mean, you know what? I will quit when we start doing TVs and stuff.
Why not for... Well, you wouldn't quit for a radio.
Well, it's just different. You know what it is? It's just... I try to look at things in perspective.
Okay.
It's terrible. I've been yelled at by Elton, by Stevie Wonder, by Tony Bennett. I could... The list could go on of, like, amazing, great people who are like, you need to stop smoking. But, you know, I get anxiety sometimes, and the record's out today, and I just needed to go out and have a little, you know, moment alone.
Did you have a moment alone, or did you go outside with, like, loads of paparazzi and millions of people?
No, I didn't go out there.
Where did you smoke?
In the garage.
In the loading bay for the canteen.
Am I going to get arrested? Why are you doing this?
No, it's fine. I just like you smoking in, like, the canteen loading bay. Someone wheeling in, like, 400 cans of baked beans.
I
and you're
don't
like,
smoke cigarettes, though. I smoke clove cigars.
I don't know what that is.
Well,
I'll Google it. I'll check it out. Hey, have we got that caller on yet? We've got one more caller on that we missed out on
I'd
before.
love to, absolutely.
And,
for advice?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
And this time they have a real problem. So
Is this going to be really so hard now?
well, you complained before that it was like it was about moisturizer and tweezers.
Well,
so
it was.
so now we've got somebody on the phone who has a real problem. Hello, caller on line 1. What's your problem?
Hey, Grimmy, long-time listener, first-time caller. Basically, hi, Lady Gaga. I've just finished working on this project for the past 6 months, and it's pretty much eaten up all of my life, and now it's finished. There's this giant hole in it, and I'm thinking of taking up a new hobby.
Hi,
like
Mark.
maybe hot yoga. Excuse me, I have a question.
Hi, I know your voice so well because I've been hearing it for the past, I think, 7 months in my ear, so you don't fool me. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
My suggestion would be to get some sleep so that we can have some fun later, please. Thank you.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
But is that literally what we're getting? How are
I
you,
was
Mark?
just ordered to go to sleep, so I don't really have a choice.
Has she been this controlling for the last couple of months?
I'm not. I am not.
I don't know. No, not at all. I thought I was going to get to ask a question, and now I'm asking.
Come on, ask
Okay,
a
so
question.
ask
What's
me
your
the
question?
question.
Come on,
What's
come
the
on.
question?
Come on.
No, I'm kidding. But anyway, it's I do have to go because I'm very tired. But
I'm so excited, Mark. Thank you so much for working so hard.
It's so exciting to hear on the radio. Thanks, Grimmy.
You're very welcome. Bye.
Bye,
Why has
Bye.
nobody
Bye.
been to bed? Why?
Because we're finishing an album. Did you really think I was not going to know that was him?
I don't know.
Like who?
I mean, the voice is very. I mean, no one sounds like Mark Ronson apart from Mark Ronson.
Like that was I was every part of my body was trying to not say it after 3 words.
Hi, it's Lady Gaga.
Oh, I hope he wasn't mad.
No, he won't be mad. When is the album gonna be out? Do we know? Do we have a title for the album? Do we have a date for the album?
We have all those things. I will not be revealing
Why
them
not?
right now. Just because, I just want you to listen to this song, listen to the music, and then, more things to come.
We're excited for it.
Thank you.
Is it gonna be like within 2016?
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Within September?
Okay, next song.
This is annoying.
Thank you,
this
Grimmy.
is annoying. Yeah.
No.
Hey, let's talk about your acting because American Horror Stories is one of those things that, when when people cross over to do things, people are always a little skeptical, but it's safe to say that, you've been a runaway success in that show. Like, you killed it. You got a Golden Globe. So, well done. But my question is, how do you balance those two things? How are you, like, in the studio trying to create an album with this band that have become a family and acting and doing a movie with Bradley Cooper? How do you manage all of that?
Well, you just have to stay focused and you have to stay disciplined and you have to treat each project with care and love and when I was working on Horror Story this time around for the new season, I had to go in a few days here and there while I was also in with Mark, and Mark was wonderful about, giving me a moment to kind of come down from the character, because that's not the character necessarily that's making the record.
Yeah.
But also the character I'm playing this year on Horror Story, she's quite grounded. I know that might sound ridiculous once you see who she is, but she's very in the earth. And that really helped me when I went into the studio, because I got to get kind of into that place of feeling really connected to people.
Yeah.
Which is hard, when you're, a public figure, and when you go out and people follow you or talk to you, it's not the same really as it is, I think, for anybody else, because you get asked questions about you all the time, and it's always about you, and you miss out on that human connection. So doing all these different projects and things that I do, they help me to kind of navigate and stay creative and stay focused on saying things that will touch people.
Yeah. Is it quite hard to do, because you are, this huge pop star and musician, and then also an actress, but then also, as we spoke about before, you're very homely. I know that family is so important to you. You love to cook and be a homebody. Is it hard to be like a normal girl who wants to cook at home with her friends and family when you are in the public eye and everyone wants to talk about you and everyone's tweeting you and there's paparazzi and all of that?
Is that hard?
Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean, that's the best part, is that I get to just do it. And I've just decided that's just what I want to do. I'm just not the type of person that wakes up in the afternoon and goes, I think I'll go to Nobu now. I'm just not like that. I'd rather, go, Dad, go get some chicken. Let's make some scaparella. It's like, I love to be with my family. I love to cook for people, to take care of my friends, and vice versa. And just talk about life and be there for each other. There's a lot of that on the album, hidden inside of some very particular choices in the music that we made. The messages, they run the gamut. I mean, one of my best friends has stage 4 breast cancer, and there's a song kind of that touches on that relationship on the album, but it's also quite a fun song. So, it's all the different things that I'm doing in my life. They all bring me back to the people that I love, and that, I think, is what can heal you at any moment in your life period. It's when you just go, you know what, I'm going to stop worrying about, what I'm going to become, and I'm going to just start worrying about being there for the people around me and loving them as much as I can and receiving their love.
Yeah. What about, like, does it feel like a therapeutic thing then when you're making this record, like when you're putting so much personal life into it? Is it like a nice therapy almost? Because I'm kind of jealous that you can, if you're feeling a certain way, you can sit and write something down, because I can't do that. Well,
it is and it isn't, because I think if you go to regular therapy, I don't know if I have a therapist, when I leave my therapist's office, sometimes I feel like really, really great, because I've got a lot off my chest. With writing music, I don't always feel that way. I can get very stuck inside of what I've been writing about, and it can take some time for that to go away. It's a bit like open heart surgery. Even with Perfect Illusion, it's got quite ragey lyrics in it, and as I'm singing them over and over, and we're picking the record apart, and Mark is perfecting and gleaming the dynamics. Each time, it's like I'm completely reliving the feeling. So it's not exactly therapy. There's a healing to it. You get to release, but in fact, it's more, you also intensify the feeling, if that makes sense. And I'm going to have to sing this song, on tour for the rest of my life. And my intention as an artist is always to go to that place to tell that story. So I didn't write the song and let it go. I wrote the song, and I'm going to return to that place every time I perform.
And does that ever go away? Because I always think that when you see someone, say, like Elton sing, and he's been singing that song for decades, I always wonder, does that ever go away for you, that emotion that you first put into it? Or does that remain there, or does it get deeper?
I think it can get hard, especially in the beginning, just because you're not used to it. But singing with Tony Bennett, you know, he's such an incredible vocalist because he always sings it differently, which is, of course, also jazz. But he always tells the story, and so it's never boring. It's timeless, but it's also always unexpected. So I think for me, it's just about me growing up a bit and being able to find the story within all of my old songs as well as my new songs each time that I sing them, and have it feel new each time.
Yeah, because that's hard. I mean, you do giant arena tours where it's every single day, and these are these huge shows. It must be hard to retain that level of like emotional intensity, I guess.
It can be exhausting, but you know, the fans, I mean, ain't nothing like them. I really could just like cry and scream and yell hello to all the kids outside right now, right outside Radio 1. They're all lined up and they're all yelling about Perfect Illusion and screaming, and they all look so cool and like they've just come to dress up and hang out with each other and talk about the music, and it's just, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, they are the most dedicated.
They are,
aren't they? They
amazing.
really are.
They're really amazing.
They've kind of ruined Twitter for me.
Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? Like when we say you're on the show, it's like Twitter's off for like a month.
Please don't ruin Grimmy's Twitter.
No, I'm joking. We like it. We're going to play a song, and then we're going to have more from Lady Gaga after this. I think we've got like one link left. I know. Devastating.
Sad.
It's very sad.
Did I
It's
do
very
all right?
sad. You've been incredible.
I'm okay?
Yeah, you're killing this.
I make music. I don't do this.
Well, you're doing it.
This is your thing, man.
You've done an hour and a
it.
half already.
You!
BBC Radio 1 is 8:57 on BBC Radio 1. Lady Gaga is here for our final link together.
Good evening. Sorry. That's what happens when you don't sleep for very long. Now it's just good evening.
Good evening. Where am I? What's the plan today? Where do you go after this?
Just more interviews and stuff. I'm going to say hi to the fans. Maybe get a little walk around London. And, you know, I'm happy to just also play the music for some of my buddies here that I haven't seen for a while. And I can't wait to see Mark later and celebrate.
What are you going to do with Mark later? What's the plan?
I am not going to tell you that on air.
Well, don't tell us at the specific location, but is it like a dinner, a pub? Are you going to have a party? Like what's
I don't know. We're just going to kick it, man.
Just
like anybody else.
How long are you here for?
A few more days.
Okay.
And then I go to New York to finish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who do you play it to, like, when the record's completely finished? Who's, like, the first person? Is it, like, a friend or family member? Who do you want, like, the approval of first?
You know, my parents, my father, I think. I play it for my family.
Are they here? Were they on this, like, European...
Actually, my dad's out there right now. Just hanging out listening, yeah.
Did you made your dad wake up to come here for this?
Yeah, no, I actually made my dad fly to Berlin and London to be here for this. Because I just love my family, and I want to share all of this with them. It's no fun to share these things, or with no one, or to do it alone. It's just wonderful to, be. And I think you'll also understand more when you hear more of the album. You know, this album is really me as my father's daughter,
right?
My mother's daughter, my sister's sister, my friend's friend. It's about that part of me.
We should have had Dad in as a guest.
Well, he's outside.
Can we get him
computer.
in? Will he come in or will he not?
Yeah, he'll come in.
Do you remember when we first did an interview years ago? My mum and Dad were there. Do you ever remember that? Like, we did a thing. I mean,
were they with us? Like 8
years ago
in the room?
Yeah. And it was like a TV thing like 8 years ago.
I don't remember that.
So my dad now refers to you as my mate Gaga.
My mate Gaga.
Yeah, that's my mate?
Oh, my mate Dad.
If he sees you on like Graham Norton, he's like, oh, my mate's on Graham Norton tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He is my mate.
Yeah, he is.
He is my mate.
Is Dad actually coming in, Fifi? I love this.
Oh my gosh.
Do we want this?
He's going to kill me.
Because my mum and dad are not up for being on the radio at all. Like, if we call them.
He's hysterical, too. Like, if a reporter comes up to him and leans in and asks him a question, he just goes, no.
Well, I can't wait for this.
Like, super Italian.
I can't wait for this. Here he is. Hi, Dad.
Hey,
Dad's
sorry, Dad. You were...
I'm so sorry, Dad. Come on.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sit right there.
What do I
There's a
do?
microphone.
Come on, sit there, get on the mic.
This is a first.
Come on, this is the first time ever.
They just wanted to say hello. I said you were outside.
Fifi, will you get Dad a mic?
Yeah.
What's Dad on? Mic one.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. I'm Nick, by the way.
Hi, Nick. I'm Joe.
Nice to meet you, Joe. How are you?
Well, they call me Mr. G.
Oh, Mr. G.
All the kids outside,
Yeah.
Papa G or Mr. G.
Oh,
Papa G,
G.
Joe.
Papa G. Hey, Papa G, have you heard the new record yet?
Oh, God, yeah. So many times.
Oh my goodness.
I heard
I'm
it from
dying.
the very, very beginning.
I am You know, I played him a mix in the car the other day of a song. We were all so tired and he fell asleep.
I was in jet lag from New York to Berlin.
I'm like, Daddy, is it good? And
And then she
Wow.
Instagrammed it.
I saw that. I saw that, actually.
That was my revenge.
I saw that. I mean, you can't. I mean, that is tough falling asleep when she's playing you. Her work.
I just couldn't keep my eyes open. It's not that I mean, it's not that I don't love everything
We
she
understand.
does, but you know,
No need to
sometimes-
elaborate.
Don't need to elaborate. I mean, if nothing's more than it, I mean, that is a runaway hit if you fall asleep to it.
Oh,
That is a
gosh.
hit. Maybe because it
You
was
know-
comforting and you felt safe.
I have so many favorites.
What are your
on
favorites?
This album.
Oh,
Oh, I can't tell.
We can't say right now.
Right?
maybe.
I can't
No,
say
you can't
anything.
say.
No, but
You
I have
can't
so
say.
many favorites. It's really a wonderful album.
Hey, when she was little, and you know, like kids when they're little are like, I'm going to be a singer or I'm going to be an astronaut. Did you ever for one moment believe that she would grow to be as big as she is right now?
Actually, as a child, she was very childish to begin with. Okay, as a child.
As a child. Yeah.
But she was
a very childish child, actually.
But she was very determined.
Uh-huh.
All right, and you know we could see it in her. You know when she was 4. You
I'm
know she
so
would stand in
embarrassed.
front of the piano and just bang on the keys, and then she wrote her first song. It was I used to play Money by Pink Floyd.
Right.
Right, and she wrote her first song. It was called Dollar Bill.
I love
and,
that.
And Cynthia, my wife, she still has it.
We should have that.
Yeah, well,
You know, but it was because, you know, on that record they use actual money and the register as instruments. And I remember as a kid I was so fascinated by that. So my dad played me a lot of, you know, great music that made me like really fall in love with the idea of making it.
Yeah, I love that. And it was a lot of the music that your dad played to you. Has that been like your big influence? Because stuff that my dad played initially, when I was a kid, because you immediately, or I did anyway, want to like rebel against your parents' tastes because you're like, oh, that can't be cool. I'm a teenager.
No.
And it turns out actually he was right and everything was good.
No, I definitely wanted to rebel against him for sure, but not with music. When it came to music, my dad and I really bonded. I mean, I still will write songs and play them, and he'll like give me ideas while I'm writing them or encourage me. And that's what he did when I was a kid. He would just sit there by the piano after dinner and he would just listen and nod and be like, that's good, that's good. What if you change it there? That's too long there. What if you do the keys more like this? And he played a lot of Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
And, you know, knowing his upbringing in New Jersey and his relationship with Bruce and the way that Bruce was such a storyteller when he's performing, you know, this is like just the way I learned about music was through my family. So I guess that's what I mean about the album when it was going back to that part of myself. That's where I'm the strongest creatively, when I'm just, you know, my father's daughter.
Yeah, I love that. Well, we can't wait to hear the record.
well, you won't be disappointed. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Dad.
That's from Papa G right there.
Thank you.
Get that on the poster. You won't be disappointed.
And don't forget that if you go to New York to stop by my father's restaurant, Joanne,
Oh gosh.
for the meatball.
And we have a cookbook. We
Oh, do
now
you do?
have the
Well, let's get you on as a guest. Let's get you on it.
available
It's
now.
available now on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
My dad's hawking the book. My single's out today.
Mainly get the
And
single.
download the single.
Hey, should we have the song one more time? Because you
Yeah.
guys, do you want to introduce this?
Yes, I would.
Thank you so much for coming, by the way.
Thank you so much for having me and my whole family and team. Thank you.
And thank you, Dad, for coming in.
It was a wonderful surprise. Thank you.
But we love having you on the show, and we're really, really excited about the record. Do you want to introduce this? We'll have this one more time.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hey, everybody, it's Lady Gaga. I'm here with Grimmy, and you're listening to BBC Radio 1. This is my new single, Perfect Illusion.